Good afternoon, Quasar Markets Live. You've got him, my friend for many, many years, almost 3 decades. Oliver Kellman, the CEO of Dragonlist Global. Oliver, how are you today, man?
Good, good. Well, as good as can be, huh? We're looking at the markets and it's not so great.
Yeah, I mean, look, the world kind of changed. Donald Trump said during the campaign what he wanted to do, and I think he's fulfilling that, correct?
Yeah, but to what point? I think that, the majority of the voters, they voted because they want to change. And there's no question about it. The president is giving us change, not only here in the United States, but, the echoes are being felt both regionally and globally.
Yeah, and when you talk about it from the perspective of tariffs, he didn't just go pinpoint it and microscopic and do a scalpel. It was more sledgehammer politics, right?
And that's what we've been really seeing since he's come in. Look, we saw Elon Musk with this huge chainsaw that he got as a gift from President Milei of Argentina, which
Hmm.
is also known to be slashing and burning, it's his government, the way that they're doing there. So, we should not be surprised with what's happening. But I think that surprises a lot of people as to the level, as you said, that it's being done. Look, yesterday when he was making his announcements, and they said, "Oh, he's going to go ahead, and the White House administration is going to reciprocal tariffs." I accept reciprocal tariffs.
I agree with
I
that.
agree. If you have 10% tariffs against me, I have no problem in going ahead and assessing 10% tariffs back against you. Why? Because I think with that, that's a great negotiation point where you can start reducing the tariffs and ultimately getting rid of tariffs altogether. I don't think that tariffs is a good positioning for countries that really want to grow their GDP or really push forth on a true global economy, which, by the way, is what we've been seeing since the end of the World War II.
Yeah,
And
it's
so,
interesting when you say that, Oliver. I
mhm.
mean, you look at it from the political standpoint, and obviously Trump's a Republican and with a Republican Congress, and yet you saw Rand Paul say, "No, no, no, this is Kentucky. I make cars here from international." Hey, Lisa Murkowski, senator from Alaska, says, "Wait a minute, I have oil that I drill and I ship overseas." They voted against the tariffs, right?
Well, not only cars in Kentucky, but Kentucky bourbon. Look, you saw
Right.
Canada, Canadian stores getting rid of all the Kentucky bourbon. They're not selling it anymore right now, and it's what we started here, Buy America, but now it's resonating with other countries that are now with the whole nationalistic view. Buy Canada, or buy American bourbon, buy Canadian bourbon. So that's what you're seeing. But I think also they truly understand what is going to occur from these tariffs. And we actually see it now. We're engaging in a trade war. By the way, what does this president want to do? Which I agree with him 100% on. Let's go ahead and promote America. Let's promote the best of America.
Right.
The question is bringing back industrial jobs going to do it? Or are we going to be able to have the revolutionary boom of the industrial ages that we saw,
Right.
the change of the economy, which, by the way, as I said, sort of ended at the completion of World War II. It's not going to happen. We, I think, have been promoting, the world has been promoting having a unified economy where each country can have the best of what they do. Here in America, for years, I know people, even myself, I say, listen, when I want lobster, I go to Maine. If I want oranges, I go to Florida. If I want apples, I'm from a New York guy. I go to New York. But if I want a car, I'll go to Germany. If I want caviar, I'll go to Russia. If I want the best of the best, I go wherever it is in the world. And so, can we actually do this here? The president has been doing a wonderful thing. She's been getting a number of different companies to go ahead and invest back in the United States. I applaud him for this. The thing is this, though, what we should look at. There are many people saying that these companies Hyundai, for example, it's going to take them for the plant that they want to build in Louisiana, it's going to take them about 3 to 4 years. Okay.
Right.
So the thing that we have to look at is this. Can the president maintain the support, keep everybody in line to continue? And I sent out an analysis yesterday, I think, to you as well. What we have to see is who's going to blink first,
Right.
because he has to maintain not only the partnerships that he has with the state governments here, he has to also maintain those partnerships with his Republicans that he has in Congress in both the Senate and the House. And we saw right after he made those announcements, as you said, four senators peered away, voted with Democrats in order to reduce those tariffs that were going against Canada.
And
All
I think
right.
you said it best. I mean, the question when he's talking about blinking, I've heard that the word blink so many times. The question I have is Europe itself. Are you going to see Germany say, "Okay, I'll reciprocate," or are you going to see all of Europe come together against the United States? Are you going to see all of the Asia Pac come together? If that happens, I think Trump loses. I think if Asia and Europe doesn't come together in their own way, I guess. I mean, Vietnam. I mean, that was a crazy number of tariffs, right? What do you think? You think they're going to come together against the United States, or is it going to be blinking them?
I think that you already hear and see rumblings of that right now. For
Okay.
example, Canada just assessed the 25 tariffs back against the United States. It's not going to end there. We have Germany talking. We have the European Union,
Yep.
okay? The chair of the European Union that says, listen, we are coming back and looking at how we can go ahead and target back against these tariffs that the United States has done. You talk about Vietnam. We positioned companies to go to Vietnam so that they can turn away from China. Why? Let me tell you this. The true economic war is being waged by China.
Yep.
I think that the president had some insight when he said, listen, we need to go ahead and look at what's going on in Mexico. Why? Because you have a majority of different manufacturing plants that are being built, economic ties that are being increased within Mexico, and that's between the US-Mexican border. Like I said, economic war. It's not truly war right now. It's not about guns and bullets. It's about
Mm.
money. It's about finances. When we go ahead and we want to penalize a country, what do? We put sanctions on them, okay? Don't expect us to go ahead and voluntarily sanction ourselves. We're pushing our closest friends and allies
Okay,
to go
so
ahead
you're,
and
you're you're asking that question. I mean, when do boots on the ground? When does the trade war become an actual physical war?
I think that if things continue to the way it's going, that
Okay.
who knows, we could see something in the next probably 5 to several years. Listen, there's a reason why China said, listen, they're willing to go ahead and meet America uh, tariff by tariff in an economic war if we need be or otherwise. You know what that otherwise means,
Mm.
okay? So when you see the global economy hitting a downward recession, the loss of jobs, increased recession. By the way, you know, there are a lot of, unemployment has risen a great deal here. Okay.
Yep.
So again, I think that what the president is doing, I understand what he wants to accomplish. I, however, I don't believe that the way it's being done is going to be fruitful because I do not think that the United States will be able to stand alone against the rest of the world in a tariff war.
Well, let me
And
ask
that's
this
what
question.
we're
I mean,
looking at.
you look at it from the tariff war itself. He made a specific call to Powell to lower rates, to the Fed themselves, to look lower rates.
Mhm.
Is this a concerted effort on his part? I mean, you now see the 10-year now at 4.038. It's fallen almost 180 basis points. Is that his way between him and Scott Bessent to lower rates? And are you going to see the Fed lower rates on their own now?
Listen, the Fed has an independency. Jerome Powell's a smart guy. I think he's going to do what he needs to do to go ahead and try to stabilize the economy. But there's only so much that you can do.
Right.
And so Where do the cards fall? You know, the president likes to say you don't have the cards. You know, when are we going to fold? Do we fold? I think this is what I hope that the president can do. Really utilize this as a negotiation tactic where then, yes, he will be able to say, I have a win here, I have a win there. He'll be able to announce win after win for the rest of the year. The question is, if he does commit to following and holding on to this, he's a smart guy, like I said. I don't think that he wants to be the president or the leader of the free world that's known as really, collapsing the whole economy. I think he has some really great ideas. Like I said, he understands this. A lot of people, they come into power and they try to rearrange the table. He said, listen, I tried to rearrange the table the first time. What I need to do is I need to break the whole table and build it back. The thing is, how is it being built? Okay. We want something sturdy. We want
Okay, but is
something
it is
that we
it being
can,
built on the back of Elon Musk though? I mean, he's got Elon sitting
well,
at the captain's table there.
yeah, yeah. And here's the thing, I don't quite understand. I don't understand how this administration or economy is going to truly follow through with a lot of the things that Elon Musk, has been positioning and doing. Uh, I think that the administration and a lot of people have to show gratitude for the things that Elon Musk has done. But I
Mm,
think also that you should be able to assess whether something is not working. And I believe right now that you sort of see that with announcements saying that Elon Musk will be stuck. Listen, here's a guy, he actually put it all on the line,
he did.
truthfully. Okay. He lost a lot of money in the market,
He did.
which he did not have to do. So I think that people need to go ahead and appreciate some of the things that he's doing or his commitment to doing what he's doing. I just think, however, that the government, the administration, Republicans, we as a people need to, sort of pull ourselves up and say, thank you. We thank you for your service, but we really think that we need to go another way in order to maintain the U.S. economy. Like I said, right now we're looking and we're touting about we want to hold on. We're gonna have some hardships, but we want to make sure that we are leading global economy. Quite frankly, I think the question needs to be asked: are we really in the global economy now? Who truly is the global economy? Is China the global economy? And by the way, can we stop or slow down China's ability to then overtake the United States in the next 4 to 5 or 7 years and become the leading global economy? And how is the assessment being made of who a global economy is in the first place?
Right.
You know?
Oliver Kellman, CEO of Dragonlist Global. Tell me a little bit, Oliver, about what Dragonlist is and what you do there at the company.
Thank you. So Dragonless Global, we have a global policy company, economic and global policy company. We also have a private cap company and also Dragonless Global X blockchain entity. Okay. So I'm the CEO of Dragonless Global itself, as well as the executive director of DLG Partners that engages in economic consultancy as well as public policy, working with a number of investment organizations, funds, corporations, banking institutions, giving them direction on how to engage within the United States markets as well as globally.
Oliver Kellman, CEO of Dragonlist Global. Thank you so much for being on the show today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you. Take care, buddy.